Hello everyone, Hippie Magica here. Welcome to the channel of self-love, magic, and manifestation. This is my first video for this new year of 2025. And I wanted to answer or do a video for one of my subscribers. She is, or he or she is PJSJ1235. She asked, please share your love life using Ho'oponopono miracles. So my story on my life and how Ho'oponopono has transformed and allowed me to manifest the relationship that I love is, I'm gonna start general, right? Because I feel like this can be a very long video, but basically, before using Ho'oponopono on my love life, my love life used to be very toxic. Like, I used to attract guys who were very low value, low self-worth, that I was embarrassed to be with. And I just had a very different mindset, like I didn't know all about the law of attraction in my teens and I started to learn about the law of attraction at the age of 17, and I play with the law of attraction from 17, 18, 19, and I just manifested an amazing relationship, a dream life in college, dream friends, dream body, anyway, my life was perfect, from 17 to 19 or around 20. And then around 20, and then all of my 20s were hell because I feel like I was so bored of such a perfect life. Literally, I got so bored that I'm like, I want a little bit of drama. I want a little bit of like chaos. I remember thinking like this. And then guess what? I completely forgot that I was the creator of my life. Anyway, I feel like that's a video for another time, how like I just forgot that I was manifesting everything. So in my 20s and even in my teens, but like basically before just being consistent and just before knowing about self-love, which I discovered it in 2018. And also Ho'oponopono, I discovered in 2018. Before that year, like, yeah, most of my love life was very toxic, chaotic, dramatic. Yeah, I was just with men who were not good for me and they were just not a match. I don't know how I manifested them. Like I wanted these kind of men, but like I was I was attracted to drama, basically. I was attracted to just toxic relationships, love relationships. Maybe something has to do with like being, like Mexican American, coming from Mexican family and, watching soap operas. I think like that had a lot to do, but also soap operas are a reflection of real life, right? So yeah, I feel like my love life was a soap opera. Like infidelity, being cheated on, being with like men who were not available, who were like in a relationship already, men who were just too old for me, men who were just like not my like the total opposite of me. Like they were not athletic, they did not go to college, they were not ambitious, they were not good looking, they were not fit. It was like the total like opposite of, me. Anyway, after, when I finally had like my deepest, lowest, darkest moment of my life, one of my darkest moments, I've had several darkest moments, but like one of the darkest, probably the second darkest moment. The first darkest moment I had it when I was like 16, 17, and that's when like I'm I discovered the law of attraction. I discovered angels. I discovered energy, and I manifested my dream life, which became too perfect. And then I got bored. And then my lowest moment was at the age of 27. As I was turning 28, I'm like, God, I just want to be happy because I was so miserable. I'm like, I just want to be happy. So in 2018, I manifested God, the universe gave me self-love, ho'oponopono. I'm like, wow. And everything started to change. Like I was starting to attract everything, like just doing Ho'oponopono, just doing self-love alone without focusing on what I wanted. Like I was just attracting higher quality people, higher quality dates, higher quality clients, friends, experiences, everything. So yeah, I was attracting like guys who were like, wow, like who I actually found attractive in some way, but they were still not the ideal. Either they were too old, they had a ton of baggage from past relationships, they were mm, we were too different mindset, different morals, but there was some attraction, and they anyway, like it's like my level of partners that I started to attract were like raising. They were rising in quality and as a match to me, because guess what? I was becoming a match to me because I was clearing and cleaning my energy. So obviously I was gonna attract better people because my energy was cleaner. And then yeah, so I don't know why like I've had so many like relationships. I feel like relationships was probably like harder for me to like manifest. There's some people who believe like love is not for them. And I was one of them. I'm like, love is just not for me. Like it was just like there was always something wrong in the relationship, in him or in me, or just not a match, and it just always turned out toxic. Whew. And then and then when I went to Europe and I lived there for like 3 years and a half, I had two relationships. One was long term, one was 2 years and a half. And that one, again, it was good, but it wasn't ideal. Like, like in the mental realm, it was good because like he was very intelligent, very smart, very ambitious, very sophisticated, very creative, very adventurous. Anyway, like his mindset was amazing, but physically, like he wasn't fit. He didn't work out. I feel like I was physically stronger than him. For me, being fit is like so important. I feel like I was always embarrassed to say that because my parents shame me for being fit, shame me for doing so many sports. They shame me for going to the gym so much. So I feel like I had shame just wanting a fit guy. I'm like, well, it's bad to want to be fit. So obviously it must be bad to also want a fit partner, right? So I feel like because I had shame around it, I didn't manifest a fit partner. So I manifested this very intellectual, smart, creative, adventurous man because in my household, that's what was valued. That's what my parents liked and wanted of me. My parents always told me, stop going to the gym. You're going to the gym too much. You're doing too much, too many activities. You need to focus in school. So obviously, subconsciously, that's what I attracted in Spain. And it was great. It was amazing. Like again, like the bar was rising. Anyway, like it was amazing, but then obviously I came to a point where like I'm not in love with him. Like we only have like 50% in common. That's it. Like I want someone that I have 100% in common, or at least as close as I can, like at least more than 50, more than 45. I feel like it was like just pulling away like what we had in common, because like I was just gonna be fitter and fitter, and he was like more about like the relaxing life, which I'm too, but like for me, fitness, sports, being active is like it's my life, literally. Like if I had all the money in the world and I was a billionaire, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Like here, living my dream life, like doing sports, being outside, having fun, being fit, exactly this. So anyway, after that ended, like I ended it again, like in a dramatic way, but um, it wasn't as dramatic as like my other past relationships, years back. And then I then dated another guy, like the second guy in Europe, and he was great, but there was some things that was like, okay, like. he's fit, but he doesn't want to do fit things with me. He doesn't want me to be too fit, like too, he thought like that was too masculine. So obviously I still had some shame on me being too fit. If I attracted someone like that again that like shamed me for being fit, even though he was fit, but I think I was fitter. He was fit, but I was fitter. So it's still that like, oh, we're like, I feel like they don't accept me exactly as I am. They don't accept me as exactly as I am, these partners, right? And for me, I guess as more time passed, the more I realized and the more assertive I was with myself and the more non-apologetic I was with myself, where like this is what I like and I don't give a fuck if other people like it or not. Like I had to get to this point. It took me so many years because like I said, like the people who I care about the most and who I respected the most, which were my parents, they shamed me for wanting to do sports. So I feel like I live with this shame for so many years. And so obviously with the second guy that I did in Europe, which was like a few years back, few years ago, it's like we broke up, like again, dramatic, like it was amazing. It was one of the best relationships I've had. It didn't last that long, but like that was actually the reason that actually catapulted me to come to Mexico. The universe knew I wasn't meant to live anywhere else except in Mexico because, of this brainwash that I had from USA that Mexico sucks, Mexican people are the worst, the Mexican country is the worst. Even though in my heart, that's where I knew I was the happiest. Like this heartbreak is like it was a sign from the universe. It's like, okay, like you're not gonna leave on right terms, then you're gonna leave on the worst conditions. And that was like having a heartbreak, pretty much. And look at me, like, oh my gosh, seriously, guys, like I never thought I could live like this in my life as an adult, ever. Like the things that I'm experiencing on a daily basis here living in Mexico, the people, the like it's seriously a magic life. I'm truly living a magical life. And this is where I met my magical boyfriend. Of course I'm gonna be a match to a guy who like is also fit and also doesn't want to have kids and also doesn't want to get married and also wants to travel and is in and does extreme sports and is very intelligent and is as young as me and is Mexican. He's actually indigenous, which is like what? And he's funny, he's smart, and we have so many things in common, and the things that we don't have in common we can't complement, and I'm free and he doesn't control me. Obviously we did have to heal some things in the beginning, but it's like we worked through them and like so obviously I was a match to him because I came to the place, to the country that I am the most happiest. So I'm gonna attract someone like that too, authentic, original, happy, free, attractive, who's doing what he loves because I'm doing what I love and being who I love and just loving every part of me, accepting every part of me. And literally, like I'm in a town where like sport is like breath. Like everyone does one sport at least. I'm doing like one, two, three, about three and a half sports during the week. It's like, oh, I'm so happy, really, like I'm so happy. Like my inner child is so happy. My soul is so happy here. So obviously I'm gonna attract a soul relationship, not an ego, not a trauma relationship. So obviously, how did I get to this point? With Ho'oponopono, of course, with healing, with self-love, with law of attraction, right? What do I want? But first I had to get rid of this shame inside of me, this negativity, this feeling bad about me. So it's all about self-love, remember, like first I had to love myself 100%. First, I had to like myself 100%. I had to like that I was Mexican, right? After all the BS that Americans brainwashed me and my family, I had to love that I'm Mexican. I have to love my Mexican roots. And that's like my deepest core, right? That my deepest self-love. And that was hard to do because the whole world is telling me Mexican is the worst, and me, I have to love this Mexican side, and obviously this open, just a miracle opportunities, miracle frequencies, miracle lifestyle, miracle relationship. I'm like, wow. So you just have to love yourself, really. Like, even if a whole fucking country says that you're not worthy of love, like USA, you have to do it. You have to be so brave to say, even if the world hates Arabs because they think they're terrorists, even if the whole world hates gays or lesbians because they think that goes against religion, even if the whole world says Mexicans are the worst because they're criminals, even if everyone says that going to the gym is superficial and for like people who are dumb, like you have to love that part of you. You have to, because only then will you attract friends in your love relationship, the love partner who loves that part of you, because that's who you are. And you cannot change who you are. You cannot change who you are destined to become. Your frequency, your energy, your likes, your dislikes, you cannot change that. You just have to love it and accept it. And then you will attract someone who loves you, who's just a pure mirror of you, who's a mirror, a pure reflection of you. Wow, this was a beautiful video. I love everything that came out. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you want me to do more videos about this, because I haven't done any videos on love life on my YouTube channel, because I was obviously like, I feel like I wasn't in the position to give advice, and I didn't want to give like just false information, and I didn't want to just give you guys fake advice, because that's what's popular on YouTube. Like, I want every video to be authentic and real. And now I'm in the position where I am authentic and real and proud and happy, and just, and I do feel like I have a successful relationship that I manifested, that I want, and that I'm gonna keep growing, and that I'm gonna keep working on, and that I see myself in a very, very, very long term. And that is just as magical as I am. Okay, have a beautiful rest of your day and week, and I'll see you on the last video. Please comment everything, like I say, what you thought, any questions, comments, and any videos that you want me to do in the future. Bye, everyone.